Welcome to Cat and Jess Talk the Best, where we're going to be talking about IMDb's top 250 movies from April 12th, 2018. My name is Kat.
And I'm Jess.
And today we are talking about number 217, The Maltese Falcon, which is a film noir and mystery film from 1941. It has an 8.1 on 137,142 votes. It got 6 more votes from when I did my notes 2 hours ago.
That was just like Rocky.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
That is, actually.
So in this noir classic, Detective Sam Spade gets more than he bargained for when he takes a case brought to him by a beautiful but secretive woman. As soon as Miss Wonderly shows up, trouble follows as Sam's partner is murdered and Sam is accosted by a man demanding he locate a valuable statuette. Sam, entangled in a dangerous web of crime and intrigue, soon realizes he must find the one thing they all seem to want, the bejeweled Maltese Falcon.
Yeah. Alright, so this is directed by John Huston. You might know his daughter, Angelica Houston, very famous actress. John directed another one on our list, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, which is number 118. He's also directed The African Queen and Annie.
Like The Good Annie?
The Good Annie was Carol Burnett. And yeah, I love that.
I
I was like, yes!
Not the Jamie Foxx Annie?
We're not talking about that one.
Anyways, I am not going to watch it, so.
We're not going to talk about it, so.
I hate Jamie Foxx.
We're going to keep this short.
Go ahead.
So this stars Humphrey Bogart, Mary Astor, and Gladys George. Even though I don't know why Gladys George got third billing, even though she's not in very many scenes.
She's Effie, isn't she?
No.
Oh, is she Iva?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was amazed. I'm like, how'd she get third billing? I don't know. Big name, I guess.
I really like Humphrey Bogart.
Well, he's in a lot of other films we're doing.
That's so. Good. I like him.
He's a good actor.
I like him. So, this is, Rotten Tomatoes has a 9.1 as the average rating. The Meta score from Metacritic is 96, and 100% of critics liked this movie. It has 53 critical reviews. All of them are fresh.
Wow.
So yeah, this is one of our other 100% movies. I think this is the 4th one, I think.
I don't remember.
I'm not sure. But, so Otis Ferguson, The Maltese Falcon is the first crime melodrama with finish, speed, and bang to come along in what seems ages.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of confused by that one. James Bernadelli. Something like that. Sorry I messed up your name. The Maltese Falcon is among the most important and influential movies to emerge from the Hollywood system, as significant in some ways as its contemporary Citizen Kane. That's some big compliments.
That is.
So the consensus: suspenseful, labyrinthine, brilliantly cast. The Maltese Falcon is one of the most influential noirs, as well as a showcase for Humphrey. As well as a showcase for Humphrey Bogart at his finest.
I think it's one of his favorite films, actually.
This is one of his personal favorites?
Yes, that he ever did. I think it was his favorite, actually.
He does a really good job. Now that I've seen it, I can't envision anyone else being Sam Spade.
Even though it doesn't really look like him in the book.
Yeah.
We'll go there.
He doesn't look like him, but...
We'll get there.
So the budget for this film is $375,000, and it made $1,772,000.
So it made its money back and some more.
Mm-hmm. That's all the money. I couldn't find anything else. So it was nominated for 3 Oscars, but it did not win any.
No.
National Board of Review, Mary Astor and Humphrey Bogart both won for their acting. But it was for this movie as well as for Mary Astor for The Great Lie, and Humphrey Bogart, he won for this movie as well as High Sierra.
Oh, I know High Sierra, actually.
And then it is part of the National Film Registry.
I think that's the first year, too, for the Film Registry.
In 1989?
Yeah, I think so.
And then it's also in the Online Film and Television Hall of Fame.
That completely makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. So, initial thoughts.
I honestly had to stop this a couple times when I was watching it because it was going too fast for me.
To take notes.
It goes quickly.
Yeah, it's
it's really quick. And I'm like, okay, I had to stop to write things down because it was so quick.
Yeah.
But I can see why. It's pretty influential film. I mean, like, it's pretty up there. Like, especially with Film-Noir films.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I did.
Yeah.
Like, I'd never heard this before. I've never heard the book. I've never heard of the movie. But I was like, Humphrey Bogart. Okay.
Yeah.
That got me interested. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's based on the book by Dashiell Hammett, and he writes a bunch of crime books, which I actually really enjoyed the book, even though I listened to the audiobook, and it was a really, really weird audiobook. But I enjoyed the movie, too. This is, like, one of the very few movies that it actually follows the book. Almost to a T. Almost. There's a few differences, but not a lot. But I really enjoyed it. It was very fast-paced.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of getting irritated, though, because my thing kept buffering, so it kept stopping. And
that probably would have helped with the note-taking.
Yeah, it did help with the note-taking. And also the fact that I had read the whole book helped with the note-taking as well, since it followed it pretty much exactly. But I was getting kind of irritated at that. It made it longer than it was, because I think it was the perfect length.
This is only like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
or so?
I think if it had been shorter, it would have been way too rushed. And if it had been longer, they would have probably included a bit too much.
Yeah,
and
this is a good length for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it. There was a few people, their acting was kind of iffy for me.
Okay.
But otherwise, I enjoyed it. Anything else?
I'm good.
Okay.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Alright, that was your warning. If you haven't watched the film yet, then stop listening and come back after you have watched it. Just to make it clear, this is the 1941 version. There is a 1931 version.
Yes, this has been like adapted into film a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think this is like the 11th time or something.
I did not watch this 11 times.
No, I mean the 11th movie.
I know. Like, I would not watch this that many times, many different times. Like, I'd watch this one again.
Oh yeah, I need to watch this one again. Actually,
but yeah, just to be clear, if you are looking for it, it is the 1941 version.
Just look for Humphrey Bogart.
Yep.
That'll help you.
So it starts off with kind of like a Star Wars thingy.
Yes, I'm like, okay, I can dig this. It's like a scroll telling about like the Maltese Falcon,
1539,
Crusades and stuff,
Knights of the Templar, Spain, all this and that. Basically, the history of the Maltese Falcon.
Yeah.
Then we are in San Francisco, and in a private detective's office.
Yes.
So a private investigator. This woman comes in and she wants them to find her sister.
She's asking about her sister. Her name's Miss Wonderly.
Yes.
And she's asking about her sister's whereabouts, and she says she's with a man named Thursby.
Mm-hmm. And that she thinks Thursby is dangerous.
Yes.
So they agree to find him. And it's not our main character, Sam Spade, who goes and find it. It's his partner, Miles Archer, who goes.
And she warns, she warns him about Thursby, how he's like dangerous, and gives a description so they know who to follow.
Mm-hmm. And then Sam gets a phone call and find out that Miles Archer has been killed.
It shows it, actually, in the film. It shows that he was shot and killed by some gloved person. That's all I saw.
Yeah, just a gloved person. And so then Sam goes to the crime scene, and he's kind of looking around, but not really looking at Miles.
He's checking everything around it. He's like, okay, he's dead. I want to see what kind of clues I can find, you know. And before that, he had called Effie to tell Iva, which is Miles' wife.
Mm-hmm. And then
the cops show him the weapon.
Yep.
Which is a Wesley from England or something like that.
Yeah, something.
Some English handgun.
I think it's like a 45 or something. They do
like
say
that.
it later. It's like a 45. Then he goes home.
Well, he calls from the phone booths first.
Oh, yeah.
He calls for Miss Wonderly, and she finds out she's checked out.
Yep, that's right.
And then he goes home and pours himself a drink.
Yep, and then he's been home maybe 5 minutes, and the police show up.
Yeah.
And we find out that Thursby has been killed. And they think that Sam killed one or the other, if not both.
They're like, he's like, just because he's my partner, you automatically go to me.
Yeah.
That's what he goes off about.
Yeah,
he does.
He gets mad at him for it. Police are insane. They think he did it, but, you know. Then we see the newspaper, and it says that the murders are linked.
Yes.
And then we meet Iva.
Which is Miles' wife.
Yep.
And the Spade and her have something going.
Yeah. She seems more into it than Spade is.
Yeah. I think he's just going for a good time. That's about it.
But so they're talking, and he's like, did you kill him? She asks if he killed him, and he's like, you and everyone else think I did.
He's like, no, just go. Just go away.
Yeah, he gets mad at her, so she leaves. And then Effie comes in and tells him that she hadn't been home long when she went there last night to tell her about her husband. Goodness. All the words.
All the words.
So, Sam's gonna go see Bridget, but first, before he does, he tells, which Bridget is Miss Wonderly.
Yes.
Or
we don't know that yet.
Miss LeBlanc or Miss O'Shaughnessy. She has 3 different names.
She's a freaking liar. He goes to call her, he meet her somewhere, and
but Sam does have Effie remove Archer's name and desk from everything in the office.
Yeah. I was like, that's freaking quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see why you don't want, like, his stuff laying around anymore, because it would be sad to remind you about it, but that was really quick.
He also does admit that he didn't like him either. So.
I'll talk about it in the trivia, but keep going.
So, yeah, he goes to see Miss LeBlanc at this point, is what she's going by. And he's talking to her about the murders, and he says that we didn't believe you about your sister.
He's like, yeah, we knew you were faking it.
Who is Thursby? I want to know.
Yeah.
But she asks for Sam's help because she thinks someone's after her, because she said that her hotel room had been searched.
Yes.
The night before. The same night as the murders. And he begrudgingly agrees.
Yeah, he takes the money so he can help her.
$500.
He's like, well, you can pawn, get, like, your jewelry and stuff like that. It's kind of money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, I'll talk about it later. There's a lot of things that irritate me about how he treats women, but we'll keep going.
So then he gets back to his office, and the signs have already been changed.
Yes.
So that was really fast.
Yeah.
And he talks to his lawyer, and he's basically asking his lawyer if he can have the same protectiveness as a lawyer or as a what's it called, doctor, like doctor-patient privilege, lawyer-client privilege. And we don't really hear the other side of the conversation, but you do in the book. That may be out of order, but he does talk to his lawyer at some point.
I'm like, that's way over here.
I just wrote lawyer, but that conversation does eventually happen. It's not that important.
I was like,
but then Mr. Cairo comes in, Joel Cairo.
I was like, that was way over there.
I think that's when he calls his lawyer, says he wants to talk to him, and then he does talk to the lawyer later. But
yeah,
that conversation happens at some point. it's not that important.
So Cairo comes in.
Yeah.
Wants seen Spade to help him find the statue.
Yeah, it's a statue of a bird.
He would give him $5,000 for it.
Uh-huh.
But of course, gunpoint. Why not?
But Sam is very smart and gets the gun away from him and knocks him out.
And searches through his stuff.
Yep. And then he wakes up and talks to him and says he's mad that the offer is fake. And he's like, the offer's not fake. I just had to search to see if you have it.
Yeah.
So he searches the rest of the office. Cairo does. Well, we don't see him really search the office, but he lets him search the office.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you see, Sam's walking around somewhere.
Yeah, and this guy's tailing him.
Yep. And he manages to lose his tail.
Yeah.
And then,
he goes to Bridget and tells her about Cairo. Well, Cairo, of course, she's like,
upset that Cairo is in town.
Yeah.
She knows him.
And there's a kiss, too.
Yep.
He says, like, you're such a freaking liar.
Yeah.
Because she is.
And then they go back to his apartment, Spade's apartment.
Because there's a meeting between Cairo and Bridget.
Yeah, after Cairo gets done at the theater, which I don't think we really get told that information, but that's in the book. Iva does see them entering Sam's apartment, which is it's slightly important for something she admits later. You just barely see it. She's in a car as they're entering. She's sitting in a car outside, and she sees them enter, and then it goes back to them.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all. See how quick this was? I didn't catch that at all.
She sees them enter the apartment. I just barely caught it.
Yeah, I didn't catch it. I gotta watch this another couple times.
Yeah, it's really quick. It's just maybe 2 seconds you see her.
Cairo does say there's someone outside.
Yes, but that is the guy.
The guy, yeah.
Yep. The guy that is that's been following Sam. So they're talking about the murders and the Falcon. And
she's saying that she knows where it is, but she's kind of afraid of what she calls him, the fat man.
Yeah, the fat man.
That made me giggle.
The fat man, as we learn a little bit later, his name is Mr. Gutman.
Yes. So there's a little bit of scruffle and everything, because...
Mm-hmm. And then...
Bridget and Cairo don't really get along.
No. And then the cops show up. They're ringing the bell.
Yeah.
So Sam goes outside and talks to him, and they want to come in, and he's like, I don't want you to come in. But then Cairo screams for help.
Yeah.
And so they go in anyway. And then there's this whole big mess of nobody knows exactly what happened.
No, he just tells them some fake-ass story.
Yep. And the cops want to take all of them in, but they come up with a stupid story, and it's all craziness. And then, so the cops don't take any of them in.
No.
Technically.
No, Cairo goes, too.
Cairo goes with them. He leaves before them, but they end up taking him to the police. Well, he says they take him to the police station.
Yeah.
We aren't certain, because the only person we actually follow throughout this whole thing is Sam.
Yes, it's from his point of view.
Yeah. Then the next morning, they were at a hotel, and it's the Hotel Belvedere where Cairo is staying. So
yes.
Sam is looking for Cairo, and he asked one of the people that worked there for Cairo, and they said he's not here. And so he sees this guy sitting with a newspaper, and it's the guy that had been tailing him.
Yep.
And they kind of get into it a little bit, not like fighting, but slight bickering.
Slight bickering. I like that phrase. It's a nice way of saying things.
Yes. But then he talks not Joel. That's Cairo. Sam talks to, I guess, somebody that works at the hotel, like the manager or something. Yeah.
Luke.
And he kicks out the guy,
yeah.
whose name is Wilmer, or Wilma. Or
Wilmer.
That's what I wrote down, but I couldn't really understand what they were saying.
It's Wilmer.
Okay.
It's in the book, too.
They kick him out. Well, by the point when I got to Wilmer, I was listening to it, so I didn't know how it was spelled. And it sounded just the same in here. You know how they said it, so fast it sounds like A?
People do not know how to use consonants, like T's and R's and S's and all that.
So it
jazz.
sounds like they're saying Wilma, but his name is Wilmer.
Yes.
But so the manager kicks him out.
And Cairo and Spade are talking.
Yep, then Cairo comes in. Cairo says that he went with the police the night before and he'd been questioned all night and he just got back. So Sam tells him to go take a nap, basically.
Yeah.
Then
The office.
Yep. Find out that someone has searched Bridget's apartment. Sam thinks that it was Cairo because he hadn't gotten in.
Yes. So he asked Effie to take Bridget in.
Yep, for a few days. And then Iva shows up just slightly after that and says that the night before she sent the cops.
Yes.
And that's where you learn about, like, because she, when you saw her, but when they were entering the apartment, she had kind of like this mean look on her face. And so.
Oh, okay.
That's her admitting that she's the one that she called the cops and sent them there. So that he knows about something. Then we meet Mr. Gutman.
Yes, calls and arranges a meeting, and they're talking about the Falcon and everything, and all that jazz.
Yeah, just a lot of it is conversation about the Falcon.
Yes.
And, like, we learn where the Falcon... Oh, no, not yet. We don't learn the origin of the Falcon quite yet.
No. They're talking, and he leaves, but when he goes down the elevator and it shuts, you see Cairo leaving the elevator to see Gutman.
Yep. And that's when you learn they're in cahoots.
Yeah. Then there's the attorneys. The DA
this is
and
the
all
DA,
this.
because he does talk on the phone to his lawyer.
Yeah, there's the DA and all the rest of those people.
Because the DA, he's talking to him saying that he's gonna find the killer and all that. The lawyer conversation was him seeing how much protection he has. Like, protection for his clients. The one on the phone earlier.
Yeah. This is the actual place.
Yeah, this is where he's sitting with the DA, talking to him. Talking about Miles and Thursby and how he didn't kill him and he's going to have to find the killer because they seem to be focused on Sam.
Yeah.
And he gets mad at them.
Of course. He gets angry a lot.
Yeah. Then he's going back somewhere.
He's going back to Gutman's, yeah.
And the kid, he's not really a kid. He's like probably like 20-something.
Yeah.
He's kind of young. But he's got guns and they're walking down the hall in the hotel and Sam manages to get the guns away from him.
Yep.
And then they have another conversation about the Falcon, and this is where Sam learns the origin of the Falcon.
About the knights and all of that.
Yeah, basically what was through that Star Wars scrolling bit at the beginning.
And then he had tracked down the Falcon and everything. Mm-hmm. So.
And then Gutman drugs Sam.
Yeah. Yes, he gets dizzy and just, like, passes out.
And they leave him there. And
I like how Wilmer kicks him in the head, too.
Yeah.
I was like, well, it kind of deserves that. But.
Yeah, he kind of did. But then we learn that Bridget never made it to Effie's house.
Yes.
Because Sam called Effie, and that's when he learns that.
She wasn't there.
Yeah.
And he goes and searches this random place.
Yep. And then,
she's, there's a newspaper thing that says there's a shipment from Hong Kong.
Yep. And it's on a ship from La Paloma. The ship's name is La Paloma.
And that's where the, package, the Falcon, was coming from.
Yeah.
Yes, I got that part good.
Yeah.
But when he gets there, there's a fire.
Yeah.
On the boat.
Mm-hmm. And then, so he's, like, asking about Bridget. He's asking about a blonde lady, and the guy's like, well, everyone made it off.
Yes.
So, then we are back at,
the office.
Yep, Sam's office. And a dead man comes in. He's not quite dead.
He's pretty shot up and just holding, like, this package. And I lost my track.
We find out that it is the Falcon. We don't see it yet, but Sam kind of peeks it open and opens it a little bit, and it is the Falcon. We do learn that.
Yes.
And then there is a phone call. Effie answers it, and it's a woman.
Yes.
And she thinks it's Bridget, which, my guess in the movie it is Bridget. In the book, it's a little bit different.
Okay.
I mean, the phone call is the same, but the person doing the phone call is not. So then Sam takes the Falcon to Union Station?
It's someplace. He has like a baggage check or something.
Yeah.
That might be right.
Yeah. He like stores it so he doesn't have it on him when he goes to where he's going.
I'm just smart.
Yep. So he ends up at this abandoned lot. And yeah. He's like, there's like this stuff that was like market or something, and then there's an abandoned lot, and then he leaves there because that's where they tried to distract him to go, because they were trying to, it was all part of their plan, like Gutman's plan and all that. They were trying to get him away before the captain of the ship ended up at his office with the package, but he was at the office already when he got there, so they it was part of their plan. He was supposed to be at the abandoned lot before, but he wasn't.
He's talking with Effie.
Yep.
Also. And then Bridget's right there.
Yep.
At his place.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes her in. And everyone's there.
Yep, everyone is at Spade's house.
So Gutman, Wilmer, and Cairo.
Then they come up with a plan. He's like, he's not going to give up the Falcon unless they come up with a fall guy.
Yes.
Like, and they want to blame Wilmer. And Wilmer's like, no.
No. He won't.
And then he suggests Cairo, and they're still like, no. And then they suggest Bridget, and he's like, well, if you can come up with it, go for it. And then Wilmer gets upset because he's still trying to pin it on Wilmer.
Yep.
So he tries to shoot Sam, and Sam hits him and knocks him out. Bridget picks up the gun.
Mm-hmm.
So then they do decide, okay, we'll frame Wilmer.
Yeah.
And he's still kind of out of it, but then he does wake up. And then we learn about some of the money that Gutman had given Sam for the Falcon. It was $1,000, but one of the bills was missing, so now it's only it was $10,000.
One was missing.
Yep. So now it's $9,000, which that's really confusing because $1,000 bills don't exist. But it was just that whole bit was the money bit was confusing because
it's a movie.
I know, but most movies are realistic in the money bit for some reason sometimes. So
really.
Ones I've seen, they have real money. That was like Monopoly money.
Remember what year this is from?
Was Monopoly out then?
Just remember what year this is from.
I know, but was Monopoly out in 1941?
I don't know. It's an old...
It looked like Monopoly money.
It's an old game. Do you think I remember what year Monopoly came out?
No.
That's such a random trivia question, too. What year did Monopoly, the game, come out? I don't know.
So he calls Effie to pick up the package from wherever the heck he stored it. And so they're all waiting around.
And he's telling how why Thursby was killed, too.
Yeah.
Gutman tells, because he was just to really just scare off Bridget.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of a dick move.
Yeah.
I mean, you kill somebody just to scare somebody off.
Yeah.
I mean...
So then, Effie delivers the package, and they open it up, and they're all excited, and it's literally just like this maybe
it's not
foot
it's maybe
tall.
like
Yeah, maybe it's like a foot tall, and it's a black, and it's carved into a falcon.
Yeah.
It's nothing exciting. And they're like examining it, and then they scrape it a little bit and find out it's fake.
Yeah, it's fake.
And all the while they're examining it, Wilmer has escaped.
Yeah, he ran off.
So Gutman and Cairo are upset, and they decide they're going to go to Istanbul to look for the real Falcon, because that's the last place they know that the real one was. And after they leave, Sam calls the cops and tells them, "Hey, you need to get these guys, and be careful of this one because he has guns, and you need to get them fast because they're about to jump town."
Mm-hmm. And you learn about Bridget's side.
While they're waiting on the cops, because Sam knows the cops are going to come to his apartment, we learn that Bridget is the one that killed Miles.
Yeah, she killed Miles.
And Sam's just going to let the cops take her.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you can have her. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Even though she's like, oh, but I love you. She's like, yeah.
He's like, I may have loved you, but it doesn't matter. I'll wait 20 years as long as they don't hang you.
Yeah. He's like, well, I'll think of you if they hang you. I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty heartless, but nice.
Yep. And then the cops take her once they get there.
Yeah. And he has the Falcon.
Mm-hmm. The fake one.
Yeah. He just walks down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's about the end of the film there.
Yep. So we'll do music first real quick. So, Adolf Deutsch.
Deutsch. That's what it looks like.
Adolf Deutsch.
That's what it looks like to me, because of the... looks German.
Yeah, it does look German. I know the vowels in German. The end of it I'm not sure of. 1897 is when he was born, and he passed away in 1980. He is known for The Apartment from 1960. He composed the music for that. Seven Bridges for Seven Brothers. He composed the music for that, 1954.
Seven Bridges?
Yeah. Oklahoma, in 1955, he arranged the music and was the conductor. And then Some Like It Hot from 1959, he was the composer for that as well. And
Seven Bridges? I thought it was Seven Brides.
It might be Brides.
That's what I thought. Because I thought it was Brides, because that's a musical.
I may have just read it wrong.
Yeah. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers from 1954.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a musical. I was like, that doesn't seem right to me.
I probably just read it wrong.
It's okay.
So he did win 3 Oscars. Oh yeah, it is Seven Brides. It's right here.
Yay!
My bad. Yeah, I definitely read that wrong. So 1956, he won Best Music Scoring of a Musical Picture for Oklahoma. 1955, Best Music Scoring of a Musical Picture, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. 1951, Best Music Scoring of a Musical Picture, Annie Get Your Gun. So he does a lot of musicals.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, Annie Get Your Gun's a musical, Seven Brides or Seven Brothers is a musical,
Yeah.
Oklahoma is a musical.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the adaptions, because those aren't originally by him.
No. Well, he did compose the music here, and I don't know about that one.
Not
but
Annie.
Oklahoma, he...
That's adapted.
Adapted, yeah. But yeah, he did all the music for that.
Some good music in here.
Yeah.
It really is.
It was very subtle, too.
It fits well.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't in your face. There's some...
Or,
that
like,
it's
really
in your
wrong.
face. Yeah.
Like, 8.5.
Never gonna forget that.
Nope.
But yeah, music was really good. It fit really well. Worked. I don't have any complaints for the music on this one.
I don't either.
So, the comparison. The book, I read 8 chapters of it, and then my loan ran out for my ebook, so I listened to the rest of it. And my listening one, it was more like a play, so it was kind of weird. I may not have gotten all of the details, but a few things that I did notice were different. You don't get the history of the Falcon until Sam gets it later on in the movie, whereas in the movie, you get it right at the beginning. But in the book, you don't get the history until Sam gets it later. So you have no idea why they're after this stupid thing.
Makes sense.
Says he doesn't like his partner in the book.
Don't really see too much in the movie.
You don't really... It's like the first 2 chapters that you... Well, no, the first chapter that you even get any information on Archer, really.
Yeah, there's not
in
much.
the book. One thing that was kind of pretty different was when he had the Archer's name taken off of everything.
Yeah. That
was not in the book. They may have done it afterwards, but I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That wasn't there. The end. After... Because you know how during the movie he asks Effie if he, like, his woman's intuition is Bridget a good person?
Yeah.
And she says yes. He asks her a few times throughout the book. And at the end, this is after Bridget has been arrested and everything is, like, calmed down again. They're in his office and they're talking, and she's mad at him because he got her arrested. He's like, she's still a good person. He's like, she killed Archer.
She killed somebody.
So,
she's not really a good person.
But those are the major differences. Literally everything else was the same.
I was crazy busy as a music teacher in December.
Yeah.
I had no life, so I didn't get to read all of it.
Yeah.
So.
I read the first 8 chapters and then I was like, I can't finish reading it. I just have to listen to it. Listening is a lot easier because I have 2 jobs, and that way I can just listen to it on my drive to the 2 different ones. It's easier that way. Then I don't have to make time to actually sit there and read the book.
That's true.
But yeah, this is like a pretty spot-on movie to the book. And that rarely happens, especially anymore. I think some of the descriptions of the people, they're a little bit different. Like
Sam.
Sam doesn't look like Humphrey Bogart, but now I can't picture anyone else being Sam Spade. But yeah, most of they did good casting for the parts. They don't quite look like what they're supposed to, but that's alright. It tends to happen.
It does. It happens a lot, actually.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Okay.
For the comparison, yeah.
So I have a couple bits of trivia.
Okay.
So I'll do mine on my card first, and then I'll do the ones in my head. So, This is the first film of Sidney Greenstreet, which is Gutman. But he is his first film. He'd been a stage actor for like years and years and years, so he was used to acting. He just had never acted in front of a camera before.
Gotcha.
This is the first film for John Huston. It's his first one.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and this film actually features in a small bit, his father, Walter. You know, the man who had the package and, like, died in the office?
Uh-huh.
That was Walter. That was Walter Huston.
That's funny.
He's like, I want to be in my son's film. Have him a little good luck. And so, another one I have. So, the author actually, Hammett, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, Joshua Hammett.
He actually was an operative in a detective agency. And he based a lot of the characters off people he met or worked with. Like, Bridget was based partly off this secretary and some woman who needed help firing her housekeeper. And then Cairo's based off this man he picked up for forgery. And Wilmer was based off this petty criminal named the Midget Bandit. I got 2 more. So the Miles Archer. This will relate to our Christmas episodes, actually. So Miles Archer in this film. Do you recognize him at all, Kat? It took me a second. So
Not that I remember,
mostly
but I couldn't really see his face. You barely see him.
Mostly because I love this Christmas movie. He is the DA in Miracle on 34th Street.
Okay.
And another bit of trivia. So, Sidney Greenstreet, Peter Lorre, which is Joel Carroll, and Humphrey Bogart also starred together in Casablanca. So we'll see them later in our list again.
Yeah.
All
I
3 of
knew
those.
I recognized the guy that played Cairo. I mean,
All
of course
3.
I recognize Humphrey Bogart. I mean,
I recognized all 3 of them. I was like, we're going to see you in Casablanca.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
that is funny.
I was like, I didn't know they did another film together like this. So
Who was the girl you said? Who was the third one? Cairo, Sam, and who was the third one?
Sidney Greenstreet, which is Gutman.
Not the girl.
No girl. It was all the guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't remember him from Casablanca, but I do remember the other 2. But it's been a bit since I've seen it, so.
I love Casablanca, so.
Oh yeah, it's really,
I'm all for it.
It's really good, but I just don't remember it. It's been a while. So where it has been on the list before, in 2010, it was number 99. In 2012, it was number 122. In 2014, it was number 159. 2016, it was number 199. And as of today, when we were recording, it is number 222.
So it's kind of like fluctuating. It's actually
it's
starting to
on
go
a
down.
Downward trend.
That's sad.
Yeah. So I think it's just the type of movie that it is. The film noir people tend to not enjoy as much anymore.
Which is sad.
Yeah. This is actually a really entertaining one. Some of them can be kind of hard to watch, but this one's actually really good. So previously, number 217, the 2010 list, Big Fish from 2003. The 2012 list, IP Man from 2008. The 2014 list, Groundhog Day, which was on our list previously,
Yep.
from 1993. The 2016 list, Touch of Evil, which was on our list previously,
Yep.
from 1958. And as of today, when we are recording, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid from 1969, which is coming up pretty
Which is
soon.
210 for us.
210. So yeah, it's coming up to the next few months here. So, favorite line. Got a few written down. When the cops are accusing Sam of killing Thursby too, he goes, "How'd I kill him? I forget." I was like, oh my god. Because he has that dry sense of humor.
It's just how Bogart is.
Yeah. Iva asks Sam, she goes, "Sam, did you kill him?" He tends to get asked that a lot. You won't go to the police. Go to them, all I've got to do is stand still and they'll swarm all over me. I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. More than I could ever offer you if I have to bid for your loyalty. When you're slapped, you'll take it and like it. I'm a man who likes talking to a man who likes to talk. I just thought that was a really confusing quote, and I liked it. I don't know why. You getting this all right, son, or am I going too fast? I won't play the sap for you.
Nice. I think I only have 2.
Okay.
Because it was so fast, I was like, crap, I gotta write something down.
A lot of these were in the book, too.
They are, I noticed that.
Yeah, they took quite a bit of the script from the book.
So, I have 2. This is a conversation between Bridget and Spade. It says, "You are a godsend." Well, don't overdo it.
Yeah.
That one made me giggle.
That was a good one.
And then, this is, one of the last lines of the film. He actually took this off of a Shakespeare play. The stuff that dreams are made of. I think it was Midsummer Night's Dream.
I think so. That sounds familiar.
Those are mine.
What are we gonna pick?
I don't know, you have way more than I do.
I feel like I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble is a good quote for this movie, just because that's all this is a reasonable amount of trouble.
Just a little bit.
So we're gonna go with that one?
Yes.
I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. Alright. Oh, that's all in bold. Oh well, I'll fix it. So, what did you give it?
I gave it a 7, mostly because it was too fast. The speaking, it was really quick, and trying to take notes and trying to pay attention at the same time kind of bugged me a little bit. And also, the way Bogart addresses women in this film really irks me.
Okay, you can't say Bogart because it's not him, it's his character.
I don't care. Anyways, so how he addresses women in this film just really kind of ticks me off. Calls them girls, calls them angels.
Yeah.
Calls them. I'm like, they have names.
Precious, all that.
I was irritated. I'm like, they are women in their 30s. They are not little girls.
Yeah.
Women. So that irritated me. So that's why I took some points off for that. But okay, fine. Sam Spade, the way he talked to women.
You can't degrade Humphrey Bogart like that. I really
I will.
Him. I like him
Oh,
so
I
much.
will. I will say Bogart. Just to irritate you.
And it's definitely Sam Spade because that's how it is in the book too.
Yeah.
And it is. I hate it when people use pet names. I really hate pet names.
The girl thing just irritated the shit out of me.
I understand it with friends and significant others and stuff, but when you don't really know someone and you're calling them precious and angel and stupid shit like that, it just bothers me.
Yes.
So that is one thing that I didn't like about the movie. And then the kid that played Wilmer.
Do you recognize him also?
I don't, but I hated his acting in this movie. I hated it so much.
I recognized him immediately. House on Haunted Hill.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, okay. Yeah.
House on Haunted Hill, yeah.
See, and his acting in that was fine. But this one, just the way
he got better as the years went on. Okay. We'll say that.
But yeah, his acting in this just irked me.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So, I gave it an 8. Because it is really fast, but I feel like if you read/listen to the book, either one would be good. If you do that first, then you can catch a little bit more. Or if you've seen it multiple times, you can catch a little bit more. But it is really fast.
Watch this again.
It is a really fast-paced movie for the first time you watch it.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, but hold up.
I do enjoy it quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put my rating in there.
I can see why.
Yeah.
An 8. I had to take points off.
But it's a type of movie that I really do enjoy. It's the mystery, crime movies, and I do enjoy those. So
it depends on the movie with me, with that kind. So that's me.
Yeah, it happens. So our next film, if I am correct, which I am, is Catch Me If You Can from 2002 with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks.
Do you remember playing this in college?
Yes, I do.
It was a good music, actually.
It was. I didn't enjoy playing it. Listening to it was good.
Listening was awesome.
I hated playing it.
Oh, yeah.
But
we won't go there.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I'm like, hey.
Hey, I remember that, because it was Brad playing the sax solo.
Yep.
Which is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm really excited.
Catch Me If You Can.
I'm really excited for the music. I'm currently listening to the book, and it's actually pretty good so far. It's really interesting. So that is our movie for next time. And we are doing premium, so if you would like to become a premium member, that is available. If you pay for premium, you will get uncut episodes, early released episodes, and a monthly special episode. All of that for $1 a month. And then for $5 a month, you get all of that. And you are also able to join us for up to 5 movies. It's one movie every 50 movies. Mm-hmm. So you're getting to the point where there's not 5 movies. You're getting to the point where it's going to be 4. So if you want to join us for that, make sure you become a premium member. If you can't become premium, just give us a rating and review wherever you listen to the show. Share it to your friends and family if they enjoy movies and want to hear us ramble on about them.
Which I'm always like, do you listen to podcasts? I do that all the time.
Yeah, I always talk to my friends at work about it, and they don't really listen to them, so I can't really advertise it very much.
I got a couple.
That's good. You're doing better than me. But our special episode for January is going to be Little Miss Sunshine, which is one of the movies that Jess thought should be on the list.
Yes.
Our episode for December was The Prince of Egypt, and if you haven't listened to it yet, it is available for just $1 if you're wanting to listen to that episode. If you don't want to pay the full monthly thing and get all of that. So we are running a contest. If you submit a positive written review, 1 out of every 10 people that leaves one of those will be selected randomly to join us for a movie of their choice. Where to find us?
So you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Cat and Jess Talk the Best. Our email is catandjesstalkthebest250@gmail. Our website is catandjesstalkthebest.podbean.com.
Yep, and you can share the show with your friends. Let them know they can find it everywhere. Their favorite podcast site. iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, all of those. And our music, any of it that we have from our Halloween episode, Christmas episode, Harry Potter, all of them, normal episode, all of that music is by Audio Binger. And you can find him on Facebook, YouTube, and his website, audiobinger.net.
He's got good music there.
He does. And I think that's all we've got for this one.
Yep, I think so.
All right, bye.
Bye.